Good evening, ladies and germs, you filthy, imbecilic nimrods, pieces of shit. Welcome to an episode of PWME News, which is every now and then I'll come on here with a piece of news when it pertains to the realm of pro wrestling. And fuck off live streaming, you bullshit. If there's one thing I can't stand, and that's getting buzzed. In theory, I do owe you all a pint right now for listening to this, but that's neither here or there. But this is going to be my thoughts and opinions on this week's WWE Monday Night Raw TV ratings. If you're wondering what my opinion was of the Monday Night Raw from last night, that aired on the January the 25th, 2016, I did a review right here on KocoSports.net and ProWrestling.me. Make sure to head over to both. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at LK Wrestling. The dirt for today is the TV ratings, which has gone up. Also, there's been a bit of news that Naomi has been injured, but guess what? That's so uninteresting, so irrelevant to me personally. When it comes to me and it comes to Naomi, the only thing I see in her is her shoes piss me the fuck off. If there's one thing I can't stand, and that's her shoes. Do not ask me why, it just does. Secondly, she's one of those cats that when she goes out there and performs on a Monday Night Raw, on a main event, on a SmackDown, on a Superstars, or on a house show even, mind you, she goes out there, she busts her ass off, she puts a great match on. Then, you know what, the crowd get behind her. The people in the back say, hey, look, she's going out there, she's having great matches. They put her in the spotlight on the pay-per-views, on the network specials, or the live specials, whatever the fuck you want to call them. They put them on there. And then she flops and she botches and she's sloppy and really bad. So again, a little bit of breaking news there. It was from Road Dogg's official Twitter account, Brian James. And make sure you check out Brian James on the JBL Legend show that he did on the WWE Network. I was a big fan of that and a huge advocate for JBL and that Legend show. I mean, I don't know who he's got on next, but I was a huge fan of the show he did when he had Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was on the Austin one, Flair was on the Austin one, and then on the JBL one, it was Eric Bischoff. They did a 2-part series with Eric Bischoff. It was a highly entertaining interview. And Bischoff was very... Enough of that. What's going on here? I did this video so I could do a short and sweet to the point show before I do the Evolve 55 review, because I want to kill some time before TNA Impact start, and I'm not 100% sure on this, but there is a possibility I might be doing the TNA Impact wrestling review tonight. But the issue I have with Impact, and put in the comments if you really want one. If you really want one, I'll do one, but if you don't, and the thing is, I could blow a gasket right now because Coco isn't here. Coco isn't here to control me. You guys begged and pleaded for alternative reviews. You begged for alternatives, okay? You begged. I joined the site full time as a staff member, and then I put so much effort into some Evolve. I did Evolve 53, Evolve 54. I did a PWG show. I did an Impact review. I did a Ring of Honor review. I'm doing loads and loads of different shows, and there's a few people appreciating it, and then there's the others just not bothering watching it. Like, if you're just putting that to make yourself look like, oh, I want a review because I watched that show because I'm a hardcore wrestling fan, when you don't actually watch the show and don't actually want to watch the review, don't make me review it. In the end of the day, I could watch it. I'm going to watch it anyway, but when you have to come on here and cut promos where you're expecting, a certain amount of viewership figures, and I'm not the guy to, I'm a big business guy when it pertains to life in general. Like, in my opinion, it all comes down to viewership figures. If it's not working, if the viewership figures aren't there, it means no one wants to see it. But when it comes to Monday Night Raw, like, I'm pretty sure this video, because it has Monday Night Raw, because it has the words WWE in them, it's going to get great viewership figures. And that's not the way, because people are so, like, I can understand why. I really can. Like, if you ask any old Tom, Dick, and Harry from down the road, hey, what's wrestling? They'll say WWE. Okay, that's just because WWE is a monopoly. It's a great brand. It's like food industry, fast food industry or restaurant industry. When you say, like, picture a fast food restaurant, the first thing that comes to your mind is McDonald's, because it's the power of branding. They're great at branding, and WWE has a great marketing team. Obviously, it's been around for fucking 50 fucking years. As annoying as it is. And in the end of the day, I can't say anything more, but put in the comments what your opinion is on last night's Raw before I get down to the TV ratings. No, I'm just going to get to TV ratings. I want to get this done out of the way. So January 25th, the post-Royal Rumble edition of Monday Night Raw scored a 2.93 TV rating. Now, if you don't understand what a TV rating is, basically that means 2.93% of America watched Monday Night Raw last night. So in theory, if you think about it, it's actually pretty damn good, that is up 0.5, which is nearly 20% from a 2.45 rating that was last week, which is the Raw Go Home show, or if you like to call it the Raw before the pay-per-view. And in the end of the day, it's good to see Monday Night Raw. The first 2 hours of Monday Night Raw were absolutely magnificent. And I'm a professional wrestling fan. I'm not a sport. I hate using this term, sports entertainment, which is what WWE is. If you're a fan of sports entertainment, you would have loved the first 2.5 hours or 2 hours of Monday Night Raw. The last half an hour, I'd rather have someone shot me than watch. But the first 2 hours were very entertaining, very enjoyable sports entertainment. It wasn't good professional wrestling by far. I mean, AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho, Y2J was probably the only thing I'm ever going to take away from it when it pertains to pro wrestling. But apart from that, in the end of the day, if you're a sports entertainment fan, if you're just a WWE fan, the first 2 hours of Raw were great. The last hour kind of sucked dick. But it's good to see the show improved, the ratings went up. And this is the proof for the pudding, which I've been saying for months and months. If your show is good, if your show is entertaining, people are going to watch. This show was good. This show was entertaining. You came off the bat of a hot Royal Rumble where you had debuts. You had Triple H win the WWE World Championship. You had lots of great things coming out of the Rumble. So from WWE, the momentum, are they going to keep it going? And they did. And they kept it going at the first 2 hours. Obviously, the third hour declined because it sucked. But there was actually improvement. More people. I'm going to break down the hourly figures for you in a minute. But people actually tuned in after the second hour because people were obviously on social media putting it over so great. And it's not difficult. Like what they did on this week's Raw was not difficult. They just gave you hooks before commercial breaks. Okay, at the end they did what they always seem to do, and that's just present rather than promote, which is one thing that pisses me off more about the WWE the most. It's really frustrating. And this was the highest rated Raw since the post WrestleMania 31 Raw, which was back in March last year, which is nearly 10 months ago. That's what a slump WWE has been in right as of late. And you know what? I'm happy for them. I always come on here on the Raw review usually, and if the show is shit, which it usually is, I always say, you know what? I hope they get really poor TV ratings. I hope they get poor viewership figures, because if you are one of these people, and there is thousands of these people that say TV ratings don't matter, that's complete bullshit. So you're telling me if WWE went out there and I even gave you an example earlier on. I was contemplating doing the Evolve 55 review because the viewership figures aren't there. WWE is the same. If the higher the viewership, the more money they're going to make. The lower the viewership, the less money they're going to make because of advertisers. Am I being a brain surgeon here, or am I the only one with fucking common sense on this planet? For crying out loud, TV ratings don't matter. Come on, you have Dave Meltzer rumming up your cock, you stupid sack of shit. Honestly, TV ratings matter. And if you're one of these people, if for some fucking reason you're one of these people who say TV ratings in television, because Monday Night Raw is a weekly episodic television show, which they even state, if they don't matter, okay, they don't matter. Surely the WWE Network, which is their main, income, well, minus the TV, the more people who watch Monday Night Raw, the more potential WWE Network subscribers there are. If you're here listening to this and you've never watched Monday Night Raw before, you probably have no clue what the WWE Network is. If you watch Monday Night Raw, where WWE promotes the WWE Network every fucking 5 minutes, you know what the network is and probably have the network. It's not brain surgeon stuff. It's just common sense, for crying out loud, honestly. But as a whole, Raw did average 4.098 million viewers, which is up 600,000 viewers, which is nearly 17% from last week's show. That's a very good improvement. And I'm happy that because the show was good, the TV ratings are up. And that hopefully that gives WWE the confidence that, hey, look, we put on a good show, people watch. I might put on a good show more often. Don't make me laugh. WWE putting on a good show more often. Anyway, here's the hourly breakdown before I get to live comments, if there is. So we have the Raw hourly breakdown. So the first hour viewership, we got 4.140 million viewers, which is a great start to the show. Obviously, WWE teased on their Twitter machine very, very well, by the way, very well, about a surprise return, which ended up being The Rock, obviously, in the top of the second hour. Great job there. And they teased it all night. They were promoting this. Very good job. But the issue is they do so many things right and they just do so much also wrong. Like, no matter how fucking good they are, they always suck dick at the same time. Like, I was a big fan of how they promoted this guy in the limo. Who's the guy in the limo? Who's the guy in the limo? You're not going to turn off until you see that guy in the limo. People even tuned in because the second hour got 4.183 million, which is up 43,000 people. So people stuck around because they wanted to see he was in the limo. Who came out of the limo? The Rock. Blah, blah, blah. Great job. And then all of a sudden it's, the main event is Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose versus the League of Nations. Okay, I don't give a fuck. I'm tuning out. And the third and final hour dropped down to 3.972 million because they didn't promote the main event. They presented you with something, which they constantly do. If you promote something, people are going to stick around and watch it. Proof is in the pudding. The proof was in the fucking pudding right there. Honestly, Jesus wept. Oh, and there was a big boost in the male demographics for 18 to 34, and it jumped 4/10 of a rating from last week. So that's another good job. Obviously, more males because obviously AJ Styles making the debut. So that's it for the TV ratings. Good job from WWE on the actual edition of Monday Night Raw itself, and good job in getting up the TV ratings. We got 7 likes and 1 dislike. What have we got the dislike for? Jesus Christ. And we got some live comments and we're coming in fast. Okay, so I'm going to go to them. I'm going to try and get them all in. But if it goes to the point where I have 50,000, I'm just going to cut it. Jesus Christ. Randy Morgan puts, I can't watch the JBL Eric Bischoff trash. It's all highly opinionated stuff. Bischoff is a fucking liar. If he's talking, he's lying. Yeah, but if you just like, because what they did is they talked about, the historical value of the NW and how he formed it. I found it an entertaining 2 hours. It's like Raw. It's bullshit. But as long as you're entertained, who gives a fuck? But I can understand why you wouldn't. For factual reasons, I wouldn't watch it. But if you just want to be entertained for 2 hours, I'd give it a watch like Monday Night Raw. Ray Mustani puts, are you reviewing TNA? LOL. I don't know. Because the thing is, though, if I watch TNA tonight and I enjoy it, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put it over. If I don't enjoy it, I'm going to come in here and bury it because that's just me. I'm an honest person. And if in the end of the day, I'm going to come in here and bury it, and then I'm going to have people, telling me, oh, I'm unsubscribing, you bash TNA, or if I come in and say TNA's great and saying, oh, you're a TNA lover. Like, no, I'm just a guy who loves pro wrestling who's going to give my honest opinion on every show I watch. I'm not the biggest WWE fan, but I put W over last night because it was entertaining, because it was a good show. Like, Jesus Christ. I'll see if I review TNA. I know Coco was talking about reviewing TNA. I'm not sure if I'll join him for that because I don't know. Then we had Hard Case 678, but you guys watch TNA, so I don't have to. That is very true. But, Monday Night Raw is different. If we watch Raw, so you don't have to, because we get great viewership figures out of it. Like, in all honesty, we get great viewership figures out of it. With Impact, we get 400, 300 views at peak. So, yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. We have Randy and Ray Mustani talking to each other. Do you like AJ's theme? Yes, I do, actually. I looked that up. That's really strange. Great question, though. How would you book AJ Styles for Fastlane? Oh, great question. I would have AJ and Jericho 2, the rematch at Fastlane. I would have Jericho win that after a grueling 20-25 minute match. Then afterwards, they shake hands again. Like, legit. Because if a wrestling match is done right, you can get both the winner over and get the loser over as long as you put all your eggs in one basket. What WWE does wrong is every single time they go out there, they have half of their booking aimed towards this guy, half of the booking aimed towards this guy, and what happens? No one gets over in the process. If you say, hey, look, we're going to put all our eggs in this basket, this guy's going to get over. And especially in this situation, you've got AJ Styles, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, he's already over. He's up here. AJ Styles in WWE land is down here. So if you put all your eggs in this basket, he's going to shoot up here. Again, not brain surgeon stuff, but by doing this, having Jericho beat AJ after a grueling match, maybe after a roll-up so that you can still kind of protect AJ. Then on the night after Fastlane on Monday Night Raw, we've both won one. How about we have one deciding match at WrestleMania 32? And we're not going to do it in just a one-on-one match. No fluke wins. Let's have a 2 out of 3 falls match. AJ Styles, Chris Jericho, 2 out of 3 falls, dream match, WrestleMania 32. And Vince Russo, book it. Like that's what I'm talking about. that even popped myself there. I wasn't expecting to go that far. But yeah, that's what I'll do. I'd have AJ Jericho at Fastlane, then AJ Jericho at WrestleMania 32 and a 2 out of 3 falls match. Where else have we got? So that's where we go. You need to get a pick instead of a blue bubble. Okay, cool. Ray Mustani, I'm lazy and I look like Meltzer, so LK wouldn't like it. Dude, I actually am convinced you are a Dave Meltzer troll, Ray Mustani. Like, I love you, buddy, but I'm convinced you're Dave Meltzer. When are they putting the trigger on the Stars Clash? I think they're doing what they did with Kenta or Hideo or Tommy, whatever the fuck he's called in WWE now, where he goes out there, he teases it, then when he hits it, it's going to be a special moment. It's going to be a very special moment when Styles hits the Star Clash. I hope it's not because of the injuries that have been sustained, because AJ Styles was in TNA wrestling for about 10 years and didn't injure a soul. Jesus Christ. AJ's theme is sick. Yeah, I agree. Watch out, Meltzer's behind you. He's not. I'd watch TNA if Will Ospreay's in it. Yes, I completely agree. I love Will Ospreay. If loving Will Ospreay is wrong, I never want to be right. How about that? That Raw crowd killed AJ's debut. Yeah, they were fucking idiots. They should be filming the TNA house shows in the UK. I think they're only filming the London show for Pop TV, and I think the other 2 are house shows. It was pretty much silent when AJ came out. Yeah. Tommy Giavato. Sorry if I slaughtered your name there. I'm really bad at names. Can't really watch reviews live, but I do watch them all. Keep up the great work, LK. Welcome to the KocoSports team. Thank you very much, and I'm happy to be in. LK, is that your house? No, it's not my house. This is not my house, okay? This is the PWME UK headquarters, which is located outside my house, okay? Basically, this is not my house, okay? My house is, here's the blind, that's my house, okay? This is basically, imagine a conservatory, but just a bit further away from the house. It's just a fuck off a building kind of gimmick that my stepdad brought for me, because basically what happened is, obviously I was doing all these shows at so late at night, I was waking everyone up. So, you know, I've got pretty much soundproof walls, and it's fucking great, and I could come out here and podcast to my ass off. Randy Morgan, he did have some, but you can tell a lot of people didn't know who he is. Yes, that's why I said this millions of times. As great as a pop AJ would have got at the Rumble, I think it would have been better in the long run to have AJ debut at Fastlane, but have vignettes promoting the guy. But WWE doesn't know how to promote. They just present you with things. Rey Mysterio, push Berry Fire in their prime. AJ Styles, Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio. You son of a bitch. That's a tough question. That is like a whole podcast in its own. Push Berry Fire in their prime. Okay, in their prime, I would push AJ, Berry Mysterio, and Fire Jericho. I'm sorry. Actually, fuck it. Fire Mysterio, Berry Jericho, push AJ. I'm just the biggest AJ Styles mark you'll ever see in your whole damn life. Look, love the guy to death. Honestly, Jesus Christ. It sucks that WWE doesn't have rights to his older stuff. That could have made some killer video packages. Yes, in my opinion, if they did have that, I think they would have done my idea, or not obviously my idea, but the idea of him debuting at Fastlane and having vignettes. I think that's just a great idea. Just bury if it sucks. Otherwise, it's great. Just be yourself. I think he's referring to the TNA review that was Rey Mysterio. Yeah, but when you're losing subscribers because of your opinion, I guess then they're not really subscribers worth keeping. Brandon Matthews then replies, push AJ, Fire Jericho, and Berry Mysterio. That's a great shout. I swapped Jericho and Mysterio around. There's something about Ray that, you know, the last few years I've kind of lost a lot of respect for him because his matches suck dick. I'll be there if you're reviewing TNA tonight. Keep up the good work. Yeah, thank you. I'll try. I'm not promising anything. I'll try. Hardcase 678. I bet the TNA UK farewell Kurt Angle tour is unreal. A lot of UK and British guys are actually performing at TNA events. Yeah, their TNA UK tours are always fucking magnificent, out of the world. The match between Jericho and AJ at Fastlane could go a time limit draw. That's leading to a rematch at Mania, and this would also keep AJ undefeated. Yes, but WWE doesn't have time limits anymore. See, I think in wrestling, you know, if all sports have time limits, Ring of Honor, time limits. New Japan, time limits, because they treat the sport as a sport. Jesus Christ. LB one of a kind LB one of a kind puts Kurt Angle re-signing TNA as an ambassador, and Jeff Hardy re-signed today for TNA. Oh, for fuck's sake, Spliff Hardy re-signing for TNA. You can go fucking stop myself. Good boy. AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. That'll be the ideal. That'd be amazing, and I would fucking mark the fuck out if that happened. Rey Mysterio, should AJ cut his hair? Oh, no. I don't know, actually, because it looks like it gets in the way, but he looks like an imbecile with it short. I don't know. That's not my... I know I always talk about hair, because for some reason I'm a mark for the hair. Don't ask me why. I think it can be pretty cool. But anyway, I don't know. That's not for me to answer. Ask AJ Styles' wife if she thinks AJ Styles need a haircut. Jesus Christ. So that's going to do it. That's the Raw TV ratings, TV viewerships, and there was some of your comments answered. Thank you, all the live commenters. Like, comment, subscribe, head over to pricing.me, head over to KocoSports.net. That's KOCO Sports.net, where the world goes to kick out, for combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan, and that I am. A Evolve 55 review coming your way very shortly. In the meantime, stay safe, stay well, and I'll catch your asses down the line.